lovers, and welcome to the Liberty Mike podcast, broadcasting from an undisclosed location in the heart of Dixie. I am Michael, and I'm here with Liberty Larry.
How's it going?
Doing all right. How are you?
Pretty good.
Sorry, I had a little
Yeah.
cough stick
Yeah.
just in the middle of that intro, but we're not going back and recording it again. We've come too far.
We've come too far. I like it.
So I'm still enjoying the World Cup visitor content.
Oh, yeah?
I think my new favorite video that I've seen up to this point is the guy playing bagpipes being accompanied by one of the street percussionists with the 5-gallon
Oh, yeah.
barrels, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Then,
where was that going on?
I think that was probably Boston, like most
Okay.
of the like really interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Actually, so may as well address that also, because I didn't verify this.
Yeah.
Is something that a friend of ours told me, but I kind of don't want to find out that it's not true.
So you're just going to live in that world?
Yeah, because it doesn't really matter. It doesn't affect anything. But he was telling me that before the Scots left Boston for Miami, that they contributed something like $60,000 to local Boston charities.
Really?
Yeah. As compensation for drinking all the beer in Boston.
Which I imagine is quite the feat.
Yeah,
I feel like
it's
they've got
a
lot.
college town, and there's the Irish.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, it's not like Boston is they knew the World Cup was coming, so
They had to have prepared.
presumably they even ordered extra beer, but nobody expected the Scots to drink like Scots.
like they do, right?
Yeah. So when he told me that, I was like, okay, let's just take a moment here to appreciate just how awesome every part of that is.
Oh yeah, no, that's cool.
So
and I can totally see that. That seems very believable.
Yeah.
Me.
And the interesting thing about that is that in aggregate they contributed something like $60,000 to charities. That's the part that I haven't verified. The beer thing was everywhere. Like that got reported.
Yeah.
Because that's, I don't know. I get it's not exactly negative news, but it's not totally positive either. Whereas them giving a bunch of money to local charities would be positive,
It's
so it
just
doesn't
positive.
make the news.
Yeah.
At any rate, what was I about to say? I have no idea. I got lost in the middle of that.
Yeah.
I remember. For most of them, like this trip probably cost them between 40 and 50 grand.
Oh yeah.
To come over here for all this time to travel around the U.S. with the team, etc.
Yeah.
Lodging, food, beer,
Right? Lots of that,
etc. So for some of them to give a bunch of money to charity is pretty sweet.
No, that's awesome.
And everybody seems to be having a good time, and I like it.
Yeah, it's a celebration.
Yeah. And hopefully we like soccer more when this is all done, but I doubt it. It's like Americans like their action films.
Yeah.
That's what American football is. That's the action film.
Yeah.
There's like 6 seconds of action, 30 seconds of nothing, and then 6 more seconds of action.
I would like to say action. There is in the intermediate time. There's like contemplating the next move and the whole thing. Like I'm just saying, it's not all just action, but I get your point.
Yeah, but
your
that's
point's
the
well
action
taken
movie
there.
too, right? It's
It
preparing
is.
for the next action scene.
Exactly.
Whereas soccer is more like a slow burn suspense horror.
Yeah. Don't know what's around the corner.
Yeah, and the pressure kind of builds up, and then it releases all at once. And sometimes it releases in one way, and sometimes it releases in another way. But anyway,
that's how the game works.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Which I think's great. I really enjoy soccer.
Soccer's cool. I don't have anything against it per se.
The most I've enjoyed football, other than going to games, because going to a game of anything is just awesome.
Yeah.
Like I can go to a baseball game. I think baseball is about the most boring sport there's ever been.
Baseball's pretty tough. I mean, I would
say golf is the most boring sport, but I don't consider it a sport. So
I don't know. The fans have to do a lot of exercise with golf. Got to walk to each hole.
Yeah, well, so do the golfers, right? Like, don't they? They don't have carts on the Pro Tours, I don't think.
I don't think they do. Yeah.
That's as much of a sport as it is. It's like walking.
It's a walking sport.
Yeah. Walk. Yeah. Wait a minute. Walk.
Yeah.
Tough stuff. Tough stuff. There's some golfers out there that are just fuming right now.
Probably.
But anyway, yeah, baseball is funny to go to, even though I think it's a really boring sport to watch.
Yeah.
Because when I go to games, I hardly watch the game.
Yeah.
Like I interact with the people around me and drink and eat overpriced food, and then I look down at the field to try and figure out what's going on when everybody cheers.
Well, it's pretty easy to figure out. Like, I mean, the guy's throwing the ball and the guy's hitting the ball, and then it's like it's not like a complicated sport. I mean, it's usually more trying to figure out what just happened and not like what's actually going on.
Right.
So yeah, because you missed the action because it was boring for the last 15 minutes, and then
nothing happened for the last 15 minutes. So. But other than going to games, the most fun I've had in recent years watching football is the last couple of years that I had cable and digital recorder.
Yeah.
DVR, right?
DVR. Yeah.
And
you're talking about American football.
Yeah, American football.
Just wanted to clarify that.
So then I could watch the play. I could hit advanced 30 seconds as soon as the ball was down.
Yeah.
Advanced 30 seconds would get me right about the time they're lining up at the line of scrimmage. Yeah. I'd watch the next play, 6 seconds.
Yeah.
Hit advanced 30. I could watch an entire football game without missing a second of action in about 20 to 25 minutes.
Yeah, I watch. Sometimes they'll show replays of games on some of the sports channels, and they kind of do the same thing. They like, it just kind of cuts to the action. Mm-hmm. It loses something like that for me. Like I don't know. It doesn't feel, even if it's a game that's being replayed that I've seen, it just feels like I'm losing something there.
Yeah. Well, I always feel like I have better things I could do with my time.
Well, of course, there's better things you can do with your time. There's no question about that.
So I just don't. I'm not interested in committing the time.
Yeah.
Necessary.
I mean, that's called being an adult.
Yeah. Well, for some people.
Yeah.
I would like to watch some of these soccer matches. There are some matches that I would watch in total. I don't have the opportunity to because I don't have Fox or Peacock.
Paramount. Is it Peacock? I have no clue.
I think my brother said Fox or Peacock because when he responded, it was many, many hours after I'd asked the question about where it was streaming, and there had been some other conversation in between. And so then I get this text from him that says Fox and Peacock, and I'm like, what are you telling me your favorite animals or what's going on here?
Yeah,
until I
it could
realized,
probably go either way, right?
And then I was like, oh, that's where it's streaming. Anyway, so I've only been watching extended highlights on Tubi, which is about like the football games, right? It's like 20 to 30 minutes of highlights, but it's all I have time for that I have access to. Yeah. But I would probably watch the USA games. I would probably watch the players that I really enjoy watching. So I'd probably watch Portugal for Ronaldo, Argentina for Messi, Brazil because they're just a fun team, generally speaking, to watch. But that's a lot of time, man. That's like, that's like an hour, close to 2 hours, which is still less than a football game, which is like 3 hours if you watch it on TV.
Yeah.
But
I mean, that's me during football season. I try to watch a couple of games a week, but I just don't have time to sit there and watch every game,
Yeah.
As much as I'd like to.
Yeah. I don't even think that I would like to.
It's different for me with football, though, because I've got fantasy going on. So I've got, I want to watch the games that have players in,
Yeah. So. Well, you could be betting like crazy on the World Cup right now if you wanted.
Well, if I understood it more, I would.
Trading.
Yes. We got to use the right terms here. Yeah.
Does that work?
What's that?
I mean, just like changing the word that you use, does that make it no longer
I don't
gambling
think, no,
somehow?
it's definitely still gambling. It just makes it sound more hospitable, I guess.
I don't know. It seems like it's suddenly legal everywhere. I get nothing but ads on my phone for
Kalshi,
and
they're pushing that. Yeah, Kalshi, you can bet on anything with that.
Yeah, the weather and stuff.
I've actually wanted to download the Kalshi app just to find out the odds on things and see what the markets are saying about like world events and stuff like that. I've said for months I was going to download that app just for that reason, just to kind of look at that type of thing.
Be careful and just play with house money.
Well, I mean, I always do that. I mean, it's not gambling if it's house money, right?
Right. Yeah, there's like a sign-up bonus, so maybe you can just like get away with.
Yeah, you usually got to put some of your money in with that, though. So.
But you could never wager that.
Yeah.
Potentially, like, because I want to say that they were advertising something to me that if you put in 20, they give you a 50.
Yeah, it's usually something like
something
that.
Like that.
Yeah.
Like, all right, well,
that's usually the pitch. Yeah.
You know, my bet will be 50, and if I lose it, I'm done.
Exactly. I'm putting it all on black.
Yeah, absolutely. And get 57, 54. I don't remember how the odds work in roulette.
Oh, well, if you put it all on black, it's like almost 50-50.
Yeah, it's just a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's 1/36th more. Actually, it's a little less than that because the house has to have their take no matter what.
Yeah.
But there's 37 numbers.
Yeah.
And 18 of them are black and 18 of them are red, and then you have the
green,
the zero.
Yeah.
That's
putting it all on green.
That's how they cheat you, actually.
Yeah.
Make it not quite 50-50.
Not quite 50-50. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, we should talk about something else.
Yeah. Beyond World Cup. There's other things going on other than World Cup?
Yeah, but I kind of wish there weren't, actually, because this is just such a positive thing.
I get it.
It's so nice to, see people saying good things about America. You know what's really stood out, though, that last thing, I promise, that I think's funny, and it's just a thing about American culture, is that every other country that I'm aware of that's hosted World Cup has had to build stadiums and infrastructure and so forth to prepare for it.
That's true.
And like, we had more than enough stadiums.
We just had to make them be able to be played soccer in.
Yeah. Well, they had to change turf on some of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And what the funniest thing about that is, so that's our cathedral.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, that's the American cathedral. You talk about your great cathedrals in Europe and they're impressive.
Yeah.
Like, the stadiums here is the American version of that in more ways than one. Not just in terms of construction and just sheer enormity and like monumental, flavor, I guess. Yeah. But also, like, that's the weekend church for a whole lot of people in this country.
Exactly.
That's the other church. It's like, what church do you go to and what team do you watch?
Exactly.
And so I think that's funny. And I saw somebody said, I guess on X, that the really interesting thing about that is that the U.S. could host another World Cup using only stadiums that they didn't use in this World Cup.
We could do it again. That's pretty cool.
So, all right, that's my last World Cup.
We'll see how it goes, right?
I don't know where to start. I guess I want to start with more war stuff.
Yay!
And then we'll go to something a little more whimsical, maybe.
Yeah. Starting with the war ending, right? There's a war ending.
Sort of. I wanted to talk about Israel.
Oh, okay. Well, then that war's never going to end.
Yeah, probably not. Not until they own all the territory around them.
Yeah.
And then that won't be enough.
I was going to say, it won't stop then.
Yeah, exactly. Or Netanyahu goes to jail.
Well, that could stifle things.
But the people behind him are like being more hawkish than he is. They're like blaming him for not really going for it.
Yeah.
Even the people that are supposed to be to the left of him in Israel are now doing that. Anyway, I do think it's important, though, to point out that they haven't honored even the ceasefires that they were absolutely a part of.
Yeah.
Right. So the Gaza ceasefire was signed in October, and they have continued daily attacks in Gaza and have continued to capture territory in Gaza that entire time.
Yeah.
Ignoring the ceasefire that they agreed to in that case. I mean, at least you could kind of make the case with the Iran thing that
we agreed to that.
Yeah, we agreed to it on their behalf or whatever. But and then there was a report I think it was last week in the Israeli newspaper Haaretz that said the plan for ethnic cleansing of Gaza has been revived. That they've reintroduced it as legislation to remove all the Palestinians from Gaza, and that they just can't find anybody to agree to take all the Palestinians so that they can clear them all out of Gaza.
Yeah.
And they said that the Haaretz said that they couldn't rule out the possibility that this was a quiet concession from the U.S. for the Memorandum of Understanding.
Oh, really?
Right. Like, so since we agreed to have them no longer fight in Lebanon, we have quietly told them that they can move all the Palestinians out of Gaza.
In Gaza, yeah.
Which wouldn't be a complete surprise. It's, par for the course. Remember Obama, when he signed the JCPOA, that's when he agreed to let Saudi Arabia attack Yemen.
Yeah, that's when Yemen started.
Yeah, so that was to placate the Saudis, is what the memo that was released said.
Yeah.
That was leaked, I should say.
Yeah.
Said is that they, allowed Saudi Arabia to start their war in Yemen to placate the Saudis over the Iran nuclear deal.
Yeah.
Anyway, the other thing, though, is that Israel continues to threaten the ceasefire with Iran over Lebanon also. And it's really pretty brutal what's going on.
Yeah.
And I wonder if people understand just like how, I don't know, barbaric it is what Israel is doing in southern Lebanon. Go ahead.
I mean, I was just going to say they're basically just like bombing apartment buildings and whatnot.
Yeah, that's only a part of it. They are clearing out villages in southern Lebanon. And I don't just mean that they're like running everybody off. Is that once their military comes through and drives everybody out of these Lebanese villages, they're bringing in bulldozers to flatten the houses. They're leveling the territories.
Oh, wow.
I mean, and these are people's homes.
Yeah. I mean, you got to level it to put somebody else in there, right?
Yes.
I mean, that's what they're doing, right?
Yeah, they are continuing to colonize the West Bank also throughout all this time.
Yeah.
There's constant removal of Palestinians from their homes and appropriation of those homes to Israeli families and things going on in the West Bank through all this too.
Yeah.
So that's our great ally in the Middle East that we want to maintain. I got a cramp in my foot. So then as far as the Memorandum of Understanding is concerned, like Trump, man, somebody recently said to me that one of their favorite things about Trump is that he was so honest.
Well, there's a lot of things I'd say I like about Trump, and there are. Mm-hmm. That's not even on the list. Like, I mean, he talks out both sides of his mouth always.
Yeah, exactly. And so in this case, with the Memorandum of Understanding, he claims that Iran has agreed to IAEA inspections.
Yeah.
And Iran has denied this.
Yeah.
And of course, the Memorandum of Understanding itself says that we'll start addressing the nuclear issue once we've resolved some of the other issues.
Yeah.
Like other things have to be agreed to first.
Yeah.
And so it seems unlikely that they would already have agreed to IAEA inspections.
Yeah, because I mean, I would argue that at some point they're going to agree to that.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not going to be top of the list. Like, there's other things that would need to be worked out before this. Remember, I mean, how long did it take for Obama to get his deal put through? It was years, right?
Years, maybe. I don't remember.
I don't remember either, but
it was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago, but I
2013 or something.
Do remember that it took a long time though. So to think that we're going to get this hammered out in a few months here, I think that's a lofty goal.
Yeah, they did. They definitely spent a lot of time negotiating. By the time Obama was actually involved, it was pretty well hammered out.
Yeah.
That's how negotiations usually work between
two
states.
Countries. Yeah.
We're throwing all normal things out the window with this administration. So
yeah, I mean, we have to keep in mind this was the reason for the war in the first place. Well, at least according to Trump. I mean, I'm just using his own words here. Well,
that was one of the things that he said was the reason for the war in the first place. You remember when the war first started, we sat down here and went through 4, 5, 6 different reasons that had been given as the reason that the war had to take place. And but the thing that really bugs me about it is that even if they had agreed at this point to IAEA inspections, he's talking about this like this is a win.
Yeah, like we've never had this. This is groundbreaking.
Yeah, exactly. They have been able to develop their nuclear program for all time without anybody ever looking. Oh, except for those years after the JCPOA was signed, actually before then too, but there were additional inspections during the JCPOA era. You know, that deal that Trump tore up in his first term.
Yeah.
Before Trump tore that up, there were IAEA inspections.
Exactly. It's not like this is basically that's what we've gotten with this war is the status quo.
Right.
Worse than the status quo, really. But at best, we're going to end up at where we were at before it started.
Yeah.
At best.
Yeah. I don't know. I am okay with spin. I get it.
Yeah.
You got to keep people satisfied in one way or another. I'm just flabbergasted by the bull-faced lies.
Well, and to think that people are really going to buy it,
but they will.
A percentage will, but I think that percentage is smaller and smaller.
I think that you're underestimating the vastness of the completely uninformed voter in this country.
Oh, believe me, I interact with them on the daily.
I mean,
I know how they are and who they are.
Yeah, the level of ignorance and naivete about the goings-on is really pretty impressive.
Well, it usually is, especially in past wars, in the Middle East particularly. That's always been the case. But this one's really hitting home with the gas prices and stuff like that. This is a big deal. And people are paying more attention than they would if it was just another war that was over there. But this one feels like it's hitting home.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to draw a line then to the elections in New York where they got another DSA guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I don't remember names or anything because I'm bad at that. But you have to wonder how it is that people vote for socialists in this country.
Yeah.
And the DSA's website itself says essentially that they are reliant upon a small group of core activists and the ignorance of the general public.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a good place to be. It's a good place to poke at.
I mean, so...
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I don't have a lot of confidence. I'm... everybody who's listening to this podcast is already way ahead of the curve.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that most people just don't pay attention. And
believe me, there's plenty of that.
You don't have to convince me. That's the point I'm trying to make.
There's plenty of that. But at the same time, I
think that people having skepticism about the news is not the same as knowing what's going on, though.
Oh yeah. No, there's, but
I agree that there's more skepticism.
At least that's a step forward, though.
Sure.
In some ways, I don't know, but to your point, a lot more people are skeptical of the news but then they're going to I'm trying to like Alex Jones or like the
Mother Jones.
Yeah, places like because there's a lot of crap out there too.
Yeah. Or they're asking ChatGPT.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that'll get you where you want to go.
Get you where somebody wants you to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think that there's more skepticism of the news, and that's definitely a good thing. My experience with people, though, is generally that, they're skeptical of the news, except when the news tells them something that they want to believe.
Yeah.
Or something that they already believe.
Yeah.
Then, that part's obviously true.
They get it right every now and then, right?
Yeah.
Broken clock.
Exactly. But then when the news tells them things that they disagree with, then they're skeptical. If the news tells them something that they agree with, then they're not.
Yeah. Yeah. There's definitely something to that.
Confirmation bias.
Yeah.
Confirmation bias is absolutely a real thing.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me, I'm having a hard time. And this whiskey is not clearing my throat.
Is it supposed to? Is that a thing?
It should be. Well, I didn't put any honey in it. That was my mistake.
There you
obviously.
go. That was obviously the mistake.
Yeah. So then his other lie is he said that there won't be any transit fees for the next 60 days. That's not a lie. And then there won't be any transit fees after 60 days either. But that is literally in the memorandum of understanding that he signed.
Yeah, yeah. That's coming.
So, and of course, Iran has already started negotiations with Oman about how they're going to manage this and so forth. Yeah. So, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't waterway being he doesn't need that.
Well, that waterway being free and open is over.
Yeah.
Now that Iran has exercised, which I would argue Iran's always had control over it.
Yeah.
They've had the ability to do this forever.
Sure.
But they haven't really exercised it, at least not in this manner.
Mm-hmm.
There's no going back. You can't put that genie back in the bottle.
Yeah. Now it just becomes assurance for them.
Yeah.
And an income source that they can rebuild after there's been quite a bit of destruction.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, they're not letting go. That's for sure. That's one of those situations where we're definitely in worse shape than we were before.
Yeah.
But with a fee comes a guarantee as well. So maybe this lowers insurance rates and so forth.
Yeah.
Because before there was like, okay, there's no fee, but now we're aware Iran can shut this down at any time, but we don't know if they will. And so every ship is at risk going through the straits in one way. But if you're paying fees to transfer the straits, then they're also guarantee your safe passage.
Yeah.
And so maybe that lowers the interest rates because now with the fee comes the guarantee.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, unless they have that little disclaimer in there, like that you have everywhere you go. Like, we are not responsible for stolen belongings.
or stolen or lost belongings.
Yeah, that's everywhere.
Yeah. All right, we reserve the right to refuse service at any time to anyone.
Yeah, exactly. So,
I don't know. They're not American yet.
Well.
So, but yeah, those kind of things is like, I don't understand why Trump feels compelled to lie about them. Like I was saying to you before we started recording, like the people that are on his side are going to believe him and be okay with it or trust him that it's the best thing no matter what. And the people that aren't are going to not.
Yeah.
And so why bother?
And there's very few in the middle of that. By the way.
That's true.
I mean, because
less than almost any other president.
I was going to say normal politicians, they're doing that for the people in the middle. But when it comes to Trump, there just ain't that many.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of straight shooters on that one. You either like him or you don't.
Yeah. Yeah. He's definitely a divisive figure one way or another.
Yeah.
That leaves me in this position where I'm like, well, why would he even lie about something that's just like right in front of you?
And I think it goes back to he wants to win the news day. Like it comes like he's not looking to tomorrow or the next day. He's like, well, if I can win the news today, then that's a victory.
Yeah.
And I'll figure tomorrow out tomorrow.
Right.
And every day is that way for him. I mean, that's really the only way you can look at it. If you look at his statements from day to day to day, is he's just trying to make it through the week to the next day.
Yeah.
You know,
manipulate the market.
Well, and that it goes back to that, because that is what he's most concerned about overall, is the markets. Like that drives him.
We decided to sign an agreement here because every time I said something about peace, the market shot up. He actually said that.
Oh yeah, and he's right. Like I mean, and he looks and understands that. And like I say, so from outside looking in for us, it seems crazy, but I mean, he's clearly watching some kind of metric that says this is working.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't want to spend much time on this. I want to move on to the insurance thing. But what do you make of J.D. Vance promoting peace everywhere and Marco Rubio's skepticism about peace anywhere?
I mean, to me, that's just signaling for the next election of who's going to be in which camp.
Yeah.
When the time comes.
I agree. They're both campaigning right now.
Yeah. And it's been pretty clear, because Vance has not been part of any of this stuff until the peace deal came about. And Trump and Vance has traditionally kind of positioned himself as the more peace person anyway. So, and Marco Rubio has always been a hawk as far as we're concerned.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think that's what it is. But here's what I don't think any of them are considering is it's not going to work. Like Vance is, regardless of what they're trying to do now, like anybody tied to this administration, I think, and this is just my opinion, is cooked.
Yeah.
I think that there's just, I mean, we'll see how the next couple of years go.
It's amazing how quickly people forget.
You're right. And I think that we're going to probably witness that to an extent. But I don't think that they forget as much as they're going to need to start pulling a lever for Vance.
Okay. Or Rubio?
Well, Rubio is going to have the built-in coalition of the warmongers, all of that, the Israel money, the Israel folks, like those people are going to rally around him, and there's a base there. Like there's something there for that. But the people that are the more peace people that are against Israel are not going to fall for it with Vance.
Yeah.
I don't think, I could be wrong, but I just don't see it.
Yeah. They're both very good speakers, so there's no advantage to be had there. And
no, they're pretty level on that.
Yeah. I wonder how debates will work out. We'll see how debates work out. That could be interesting.
I think it will be, especially because somebody is going to take over that lane for the anti-Israel peace, like free market. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm putting some of my own bias in there because I think it's going to be Thomas Massey.
No way.
I'm hoping, man.
No way.
I don't know that he'll want to do it. That's my real question.
Yeah. At least take a break, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I agree. I think it's campaigning for the next election.
Yeah.
All right. So I wanted to talk just a little bit about this Trump shipping insurance plan.
Yeah.
That hasn't really become much.
Yeah.
At this point, but the U.S. government has partnered with some insurers, and the reason I wanted to bring it up is, remember, there are actually a lot of people, it seems, that are on board with this idea that the whole purpose of this war actually was to take the shipping insurance out of London.
Yeah, I've heard this argument be made. I don't think it really holds up to the.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so either. And if that was the attempt, it's not working because the insurance isn't moving out of London.
Yeah.
Like the big shipping companies already have established relationships, claims that have been resolved and so forth, like a claim history and so forth with all these big companies, primarily Lloyd's, but other London insurers. So whatever the plan was, if it really was to try and wrest control of shipping insurance out of London, it hasn't worked, it seems.
Yeah.
Despite this plan. But I did want to talk about the plan a little bit. because I'm not sure people are like putting this together in their heads. As far as I can tell, it can be used to cover foreign assets.
Okay.
All right. Like foreign ships can
buy
apply.
The Trump insurance.
Yeah. And they're generally lower premiums and so forth than the big shipping companies.
Yeah.
Which is the draw, right? And what I wanted to, it's not exactly insurance. Here's another thing that makes it not fit into this idea that they're trying to wrest control out of the old guard insurers.
Yeah.
Is that it's not actually a direct insurer in the same way that those are. It's like a reinsurance.
Okay.
It's like insurance for the insurance is what reinsurance is.
Oh, so it's like being double covered.
Yeah. So it seems to be a reinsurance program that's integrating into the existing market, not putting Lloyd's out of business.
So just as an example, if you were to make a claim that the Trump insurance would cover whatever Lloyd's of London didn't,
yeah,
like that type of thing,
yeah.
or couldn't,
yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
But what I want people to understand is to remember that this is an insurance that's being underwritten by the U.S. taxpayer.
That's our money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it can be used, as far as I can tell. They've been very quiet about what qualifies you, by the way. Like I couldn't find any document that says these are the things that
X,
you
Y,
need
and Z.
to. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, it could be used, like it would be smart for rival foreign powers to use the Trump insurance.
Yeah.
Because the lower premiums, I mean, the reason premiums are set where they are is for a reason, right?
Yeah, because it has to do with the amount of claims made and
exactly.
the whole
They've
math.
got years and years of history on this and like how much it costs and what,
Yeah.
So it seems likely that if you're offering significantly lower rates, that your claims will exceed your fees.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Like the amount that you have to pay out is likely over time, over a long enough timeline, to exceed what you take in premiums.
Yeah.
And then all that extra money, it's not a business that has to function under profit and loss and will go out of business.
Yeah.
It's the government. So
which we haven't seen go out of business yet.
Yeah, not yet, and not likely to.
Yeah.
But the point is that say a foreign shipping company uses the Trump insurance, has a couple of big losses that exceed their premiums, the taxpayer makes up the difference. The U.S. taxpayer makes up the difference to subsidize in some ways this foreign shipping company.
Yeah, exactly.
But then that leads to other questions. All right. So in order to protect these the premiums, the values, does the U.S. Navy then become essentially like a mercenary force working for the security of shipping companies?
I mean, I can see that. I know that Trump said he was pulling all of our ships and our blockade back, but I can totally see a scenario where we're sending in ships to escort and that type of thing.
Yeah. So then the U.S. Navy is a mercenary security force, again, paid by the U.S. taxpayer.
Yeah, I was fixed to say, that's all our money, man. Like, but I mean, if we're going to have all these ships, we might as well be doing something with them, right?
I guess so. We were kind of doing that already. Like the part of the U.S. Navy's, purpose was to secure shipping lanes for global commerce and so on. But now you're talking about using it to protect specific ships that are under the protection
certain ones
of the government insurance
we've got
program.
This guy, but not that guy over there because he's still with Lloyd's of London.
Right.
Yeah, he didn't pay he didn't pay for protection, so we're not messing. We don't care about him.
I mean, I don't know what will happen with this in the long term. I'm just like, this seems like a really likely scenario to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's one of those deals, and I always go back to this. Like, I wouldn't like it either way, but for a country to be as in debt and just underwater as we are, this just feels like another thing we're throwing money at for no good reason. Like, I mean, what do we really get out of this?
Yeah.
And you can make the argument that we get the strait reopened, but before this war, it was open.
Exactly.
Like, like where's all this winning I kept hearing about? I don't know.
And how great a security force is the U.S. Navy anyway, because they tried to open the strait and it didn't work.
Oh yeah, they were completely unsuccessful. Like it can't do it.
One more thing, and then we can talk about Musk.
Okay.
I just wanted to talk about, this is something that I've been observing over the last couple of years, and it's really kind of stood out to me recently. The impact of drones on the battlefield.
Yep.
And it's like the great equalizer. It's like like when skinny, petite women started carrying guns.
Yeah, you can't push people around no more.
Right, and it takes almost nothing. It's like very low cost. It's highly effective. Without drones, Ukraine would have lost this war long ago.
Yeah.
Without drones, Israel would have just run over Lebanon this time, I think.
Yeah.
Iran's holding its own with missiles also, but drones are a big part of their offense and defense in this war.
Yeah.
It seems to me that drones have had a very equalizing effect on military power between nations.
Yeah.
Because even poor nations can afford enough drones to make movement in their country difficult.
Yeah. It's something that particularly worries me if we ever do face off against a large adversary like Russia or China or something like that, because them drones can hit us here. Like, I mean, I don't know. I can see a scenario where like Russia or China sends over a bunch of drones to start like attacking cities and places.
They can't travel that far. Like they can't travel from their homelands here.
No, I'm not saying that, but they could.
But like the thing that Ukraine did, where they got trucks of drones into Russia,
smuggling them in or smuggle them around. I don't know. Mm-hmm. It just reeks of this thing that can touch us in a different way.
Yeah.
And I guess the threat's always been there with bombers and stuff like that, but it just feels like it's a lot easier for us to protect against a ship or a bomber than it is like these like plastic little drones that could be released.
I'd like to think that it makes wars less likely, just because although honestly, I mean, Mearsheimer's work suggests that it might do the opposite because of this actually. Yeah. That large, powerful countries rarely go to war with small, like, I don't want to say not powerful, but like significantly less powerful countries, because the significantly less powerful country just isn't a threat to the large, powerful country.
Yeah.
That there's a lot more wars between countries that are closer to equal in power level because they make each other nervous.
Yeah.
Right. But so like initially I thought, well, maybe, because these small countries are able to defend themselves much more effectively against a large, powerful nation than they could before, with the drone technology, maybe we don't have as many wars. But on the other hand, following Mearsheimer's logic, it might just be that because small, powerful countries are much more capable against a large, powerful country than they used to be, then it makes war more likely.
Yeah. And I would err more towards that scenario.
The pessimist.
Well, I mean, I hate to be that way, but it just makes more logical sense to me that that's how it would play out. And you're dealing with countries that haven't had a lot of capability that all of a sudden have a capability.
Yeah.
And so curiosity would make you want to like probe that and see, well, what can we do with this? Like, how can we leverage this power that we all of a sudden have?
That's true, but I don't think that there would be conflicts initiated by the less powerful countries still.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably true.
I mean, their ability to defend themselves is what makes it interesting in a way that they couldn't for the cost before, like that it would just be prohibitively expensive to defend themselves in any kind of effective way against a large, powerful country.
Yeah.
But now, with very little input, they can make moving invasion very difficult.
Yeah. Well.
So I'm hoping that it ends up on the side of, well, it's just not worth the effort. Like lions that don't really attack honey badgers. Right? The honey badger is a tiny little thing. A lion ought to be able to tear it up.
Yeah.
But it's just not worth it.
Yeah.
You don't get much out of it, and there's a reasonable chance that you could get injured doing it. So why bother?
Yeah.
Or that eagles run away from crows.
Yeah.
Like the eagle is a much bigger, more powerful bird than a crow. But crows work together as part of it.
Well, I was fixing to say, and crows hold a grudge too, from what I understand.
But there's no point in it because you get nothing out of it as the eagle. The best thing to do is to just turn and run. It's not worth the fight.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe that's where we're heading. I don't know.
I hope so too. Okay, so last thing, Musk is a trillionaire.
Yep. Yay!
People are very upset about this.
Yay for capitalism.
Yeah, exactly. Capitalism always wins.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what I would say to the people that are really upset about this.
Yeah.
Elon Musk is not the reason you're poor.
Yeah, exactly.
In fact,
it's not a fixed pie.
Yeah.
He doesn't have so much of it, and now you can't have it.
Yeah. In fact, he has added way more wealth to this world than probably anyone.
Yeah.
And he hasn't impoverished you, but he's made many, many millionaires.
Absolutely.
So this is just like a fundamental misunderstanding of economics, right? And I have some issues with some of the ways that Musk has gotten money. Yeah. I mean, he got a nearly $500 million loan to start Tesla.
Yeah,
but
I mean, he uses
from the government.
Well, that's what I was supposed to say. He uses government money to do some of the things he does.
Yeah, but he paid it back, and he paid it back quickly.
Yeah.
He's gotten something like $25 billion from the government in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
But most of it has been actually fees.
Yeah.
So NASA paying SpaceX to put satellites in orbit and things like that.
Yeah.
So it's not just giveaways exactly. Of course, I don't want government using my money to pay for anything, really.
No.
But my point being is that while you can make the case that he has taken advantage of government largesse in his businesses, it's not as much as you would think.
Yeah.
It's a very tiny percentage of the revenue generated.
Yeah.
And most of it was loans that he paid back or fees that he got for services rendered.
Yeah. That's still capitalism.
Yeah. And on the whole, he has created a tremendous amount of wealth and made many people much richer. And I would say that he hasn't impoverished anyone.
Yeah.
He's created a ton of jobs.
Yeah.
A ton of investment opportunities and technologies whose knock-on effects have created even more jobs.
Well, and like I say, he's also, I mean, he definitely is looking after the environment in the process. Like, it's hard to make the argument. I mean, I don't know, like you've
seen the meme of the kids in the mud.
No, yeah. and I've shared that meme. Like, I believe it. I'm just saying. But I mean, that is definitely something that the market was interested in having, at least before Trump before he became a Trump ally. So
yeah. So the cause of your impoverishment is not the capitalists; it's the Federal Reserve.
Yeah. That's something I just don't understand. Is people who are upset about the trillionaire thing. Like, man, like focus your energy where it belongs on the government and the Federal Reserve and the things that are actually causing the problems we're complaining about.
Yeah.
Because it's not Elon Musk or whatever, Bezos or whoever it is that's causing the problems.
Yeah. Let me give you just like a really basic example, because we don't have time, obviously, to really get into the Federal Reserve here this episode. But just something very simple is that the Federal Reserve aims for a 2% inflation rate each year, right? That's their annual inflation rate that they want to maintain. Is
which
2%.
They have exceeded the past few years.
Yeah.
But there's a point to that too, because they have exceeded it the past few years. But they hadn't changed. It's not like we're all of a sudden looking to go the other way to offset it.
No.
We always
we're
have
just trying
a goal.
to get back to 2.
Exactly. We're still trying to. So they want you to be 2% poorer every year. That's the goal.
Yeah. And in the course of a lifetime, the average person loses something like 90. It's over 90. I can't remember the exact number, but more than 90% of the value of their income over their lifetime.
Yeah. And you can see
all the wealth
everywhere
that you could possibly have accumulated is 90% less valuable because of that 2% year-over-year inflation rate.
Exactly. It makes it's just I just don't understand why people, we just accept it. I don't understand why people aren't more upset about this.
Because they don't understand it.
And you're right. I do think that's what it is. It's just it's not taught that way in school. It's not.
You're taught, in fact, that deflation is a bad thing.
Is bad. Yeah.
Market deflation is not a bad thing. Market deflation is the state of things if the government isn't involved.
Yeah.
And like units of value are infinitely divisible, essentially. Because it would take less of whatever resource you're using as your exchange of value to buy the same thing. That's not a bad thing. And as for businesses, I mean, you think as a consumer, absolutely deflation is great.
Yes.
I mean, okay, we're not talking about monetary deflation, not that your dollar is worth less. I mean, that the cost of things is less.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's
what I assumed you meant.
Well, I'm trying to make it clear for anybody listening who could be confused.
Yeah.
We're talking about the cost of products going down. That's how we're referring to inflation.
Absolutely.
Or deflation, I mean, here. And so for a consumer, that's obviously good. That means that every dollar that you have can buy more stuff.
Exactly.
All right. The only people that inflation benefits is businesses.
Yeah.
Partly because they usually maintain a lot of debt.
Yeah.
All right. So the value of that debt, the absolute value of that debt is going down.
Yep.
And the amount of your money that they can extract for their goods is going up.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
So it's a win-win for them.
Now, the Reserve, the Federal Reserve, and advocates of the Federal Reserve would say that businesses benefit from that regularity, from being able to predict the future.
Yeah.
Stability. And that's true.
Yeah.
But the truth is, if the government isn't constantly fiddling with the money supply to try and achieve a particular goal,
it'll stabilize on its own.
Yeah, that it stabilizes on its own. And deflation isn't bad for them as long as they know that it's there.
Yeah, exactly.
Like as long as they can plan for it, then it's not a problem for them. It's only good for you, and and it's not really an impediment for business.
Well, and inflation is also for those left-wing people that are all mad at Musk over his $1 trillion. Mm-hmm. Inflation is good if you have a lot of money and a lot of assets. Because if you have assets, the inflation is a good thing. That property you bought a year ago for $100,000 now worth $150,000. Mm-hmm. Well, you just made $150,000 by just sitting on it. And that's how the rich operate anyway. The rich operate through owning a bunch of assets. And the truth is with Musk, I hadn't looked into it, but I'm sure he doesn't have like $1 trillion liquid.
Oh yeah, no.
It's all assets.
It's the value of his businesses primarily. It's valuations on his businesses.
Exactly. So
and other assets. That's the other thing. The idea of taxing the rich, like
you
taxing
can't tax
him on
them
what?
that way.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't have money. It's not Scrooge McDuck diving into his vault, full of gold coins and stuff.
Yeah,
it's his value is tied up in his businesses and other assets.
Exactly. Which, I mean, they did talk a few years ago about taxing, what was it they called
the wealth tax.
The wealth tax, yeah, that was like potential earnings or potential gains.
Yeah.
Because that's how you would have to do it, because
they would have to sell stuff.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because you don't have it until you sell it.
Right.
So, yeah, exactly. So there was a talk of taxing stocks that way.
Yeah. I'm already irritated about that. They do that on things already. I mean, that's what capital gains are.
Oh, yeah.
So I used my after-tax money to buy an asset that appreciated in value, and then I sell it and I get taxed on the difference too?
Again? Yeah, exactly.
Unreal.
Your shirt is very fitting.
Yeah, I'm wearing taxation as theft shirt. I need another one of these, man. This one's falling apart.
Yeah, it's time for an upgrade.
Yeah. I wonder where I could go for that.
I'll have to look around. I don't know.
All right, well, let's go ahead and wrap it up.
All right.
Wrap it up, B. G.
Wrap it up, G. I like it.
So, I think everything's the same. We expect to be back here next week. You can follow us on Facebook. You can subscribe on iTunes, YouTube, Podbean. Like and share, comment. You can always email me, michael@thelibertymike.com. Tell your friends about us. We really appreciate that. Word of mouth is like the best kind of advertisement as far as I'm concerned.
And it's Ludacris's best album, so there's that.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
So, word of mouth. We're big fans of word of mouth.
I got a Ludacris story. I'll tell you after.
Okay.
After we finish recording. Okay, we expect to be back next week when we finally get this right. And in the meantime, try to stay free.
Life short, live free.
Ciao.
Later.